Professor Painter, for being here today. You heard the testimony from the acting administrator today that he's the handpicked acting administrator. You've heard from him that he loves his job. He wants to continue. He's got 25 years in. I guess he'll probably retire at 30. And certainly being at the acting administrator at the top of the heap, he's making a lot of money at the top end of the schedule. And human nature, causes you to want to maintain that status as an employee. And you've heard that GSA is not collecting the kinds of information, financial information, that would enable it to adequately scrutinize this Trump lease and the revenues flowing therefrom. You've heard testimony that perhaps there is no mechanism in place for generating reports about any foreign government or foreign actor spending at the Trump Hotel, and you know the ramifications and implications of what that means in terms of foreign actors impacting U.S. policy through spending money at the Trump Hotel. And you've also heard testimony that high-level Trump family members and also those serving in the in high levels in the Trump administration are not recused from dealing with the GSA insofar as the Trump Hotel is concerned. And you've heard that there's no legal opinions that have been rendered, or at least we've not had any evidence of any legal opinions being rendered about the compliance with President Trump with this lease. And so having heard all of those things, what is your opinion about what actions GSA should take to shield the acting GSA administrator along with the contracting officer and others who are associated with administering this lease? What actions do you think GSA should take to protect those officials from undue influence with respect to the lessee, who is the President of the United States?
Well, first I should disclose what's probably commonly known, that I am counsel to Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington in a case pending in the Southern District of New York against the President in his official capacity with respect to not just the payments at the hotel, but payments from foreign governments in violation of the Monuments Clause of the Constitution. The Justice Department is defending the President in that litigation. I think with respect to GSA, the one thing that they can do that I'd like to see a lot more of here, in addition to strictly construing the terms of a lease to protect the taxpayer, not the President, but the second thing is transparency. It's critically important that information about this lease and other leases, including this $8 billion worth of leases, that I have no confidence not just going to be, or not leases, sales, or whatever is going to happen with this, the property that's going to be sold in the next 6 years pursuant to the statute, that I have no confidence that there's not going to be just a lot of self-dealing, whether it's government officials or campaign contributors or someone else. And if we want confidence, public confidence in this government and in GSA, they need to be transparent. They need to disclose the relevant documents for transactions that members of Congress are interested in. And that means members of Congress of both parties. I don't know what happened during the first 2 years of the Obama administration when the Democrats controlled the House and the Senate. I don't know what the practice was, but I will tell you what it should have been. And that is that the Republicans wanted documents from that administration. They should have been delivered here. And the same with the Democrats today. We don't have one-party oversight of the executive branch, particularly not by the President's party. And I've got to say this, I've been a Republican for 30 years. That's not a very good way for any political party to stay in power. We need dual oversight from Democrats and Republicans working together. So if you want a document as a ranking member, you work with the chairman, those documents should be delivered to this committee by GSA. And then we have the transparency that we as taxpayers feel that we need both parties overseeing the executive branch, not just the president's party.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have a point of personal privilege.
Okay.
I'm certain the chairman is not aware of this, and I'm sure it's some zealous little twerp working for the committee. But I have just been made witness to the fact that the live streaming has been edited, and significant portions of my remarks were edited out, and Mr. Nadler's remarks were edited out. And I find this extraordinary. And if there's not an immediate resolution to this issue, I will be taking this issue to the floor of the House of Representatives as a point of personal privilege. I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, what do you got to hide that you can't even put our damn questions to a government official online and you have to cut us out?
Chairman is not aware of it. We'll check into it. If there's a technical problem, it will be checked out.
It was not technical, Mr. Chairman. This was editing.
The chair is not aware of it. We will check it out. Chair now recognizes Mr. Nadler for 5 minutes.